Holy hand grenades, Vault Boy. Does that say 3,311 hours? Well, yes, it does. See, I'm an individual that is known to play a little bit of the MTGs, okay? So, what I thought would be fun to do today for work, you know, grinding out here, is we're going to look at some of the Fallout spoilers. So, Fallout has been very important in my life for a long time. Back when Oblivion came out, it was one of the first video games that I actually played. Played Fallout 3, Oblivion, etc., etc. But I loved it. And then I played Fallout New Vegas. Of course, went back to play the originals. Played Fallout 4. Never really played Fallout 76. Hopefully, there's a better Fallout game on the rise. But as for now, we got the best Fallout game in existence, Magic the Gathering. All right, so you can see here that there's quite a few reprints and also very interesting new cards. So on top of the reprints, we got Wasteland, which is really interesting, especially, with the command tower. Both of them, all the cards look great for Fallout. Like, they all fit character pretty good. Crucible Worlds, he's playing the Gek, of course. That's from Fallout 3. Make the world a little more vibrant. So we can see here that there's a lot of really interesting cards. Radstorm. So it's just Storm Proliferate. That's kind of broken, but who's to say right now? Over Encumbered, and some of the other cards, like, where is it? Vats. Nuka-Cola Vending Machine is going to be a all-star. Pay one, make a food. When you sack a food, make a treasure. You get your bottle cap off the Nuka-Cola. The Soul Ring looks great, being the vault. It's very classic. And then, of course, you have some, like, Mr. House, Alpha Deathclaw. This Deathclaw looks fucking real. This Deathclaw looks like he's about to die by Vats. Because Vats has split second? Oh, my God. Feral Ghoul. So, we've got some actual playable cards in these. The Mothman. Of course, I want Mothman just because tatted on my arm. But Gary clone. So, you have, you can play Gary deck. That's pretty fun. Especially with Squad. Maston Lee is really interesting. Don't know if this is energy. I think it's energy counters. Mothman does weird things with these new rad counters, and rad counters are essentially mill that many cards for as many rad counters you control. For each non-land, you lose a life and lose a rad counter. So they're not indefinite. They don't just stick around and kill you. So for instance, if there's a card that say gives you 10 rad counters, and you're, it's a 1 mana 10/10 or whatever, Death Shadow. So you get 10 rad counters, but you're also playing Dredge. So, you mill 10 at your next upkeep. Turn 1, play that. Turn 2, next upkeep, mill 10. Trigger Creep and Chill. Trigger, Prized Amalgam, blah, 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 blah. And then you go hard. But Radiation seems to be like, it's kind of powerful. It's definitely keyed up and down. Losing that life and the rad counter makes it a little more sustainable than just lose that life, mill that card. So it's got some good takeaways, some good back and forth. Dog Meat, Ever Loyal. Got some really interesting cards and cards that really hit home for me, especially if you look at the plains, like the Wasteland here. The Swamp looks fantastic. I mean, I think the Swamp arts are by far my favorite. Mountains look pretty good. Plains and Forest. So you have, like, of course, start of the game plains, and then you have late game forest, which is kind of cool. Some settlements. So they're really adding up on the actual lore of Fallout. And something interesting to note here, brief pause. Something interesting to note here is that while it's on pre-order, so this is the pre-order page for the new Fallout X MTG. And you can kind of see here that there's going to be serialized bobbleheads. Thumbs up. Give it a thumbs up. Like, comment, subscribe. Please, I need it desperately. But there's, some special treatment. Vault-Tec approved cards. Interesting, fun companions in the Commander deck. Little Vault Boy is the set symbol. Now we get to actual meat and beans of the product. So what does the product look like here? Collector boosters already seem to be selling out. It's a little bit interesting. So you have the normal 4 commander decks, kind of like Doctor Who did, but I don't... Did Doctor Who have a main standing set? Hold on, let me go to my other page. So we can see here that Fallout comes with a collector booster, but it also comes with the normal, good old-fashioned commander decks. Which I think the commander deck's going to do really well. So, okay, yeah, same thing here with the Doctor Who. Looks like they're staying on format. You got the collector packs that are apparently going to have serialized and really good cards in it. And then you have the commander decks, which seem to... Honestly, this one is insane. Why? Holy shit. Okay, so shout out. If you have a red, white, blue Doctor Who commander deck, they're like $80-$90 right now for some reason. But, of course, totally going to order the commander deck bundle. Totally going to order a few collector boosters. You know, Fallout is my thing. Love Fallout. Loved it since I was a kid. Can't get enough of it. And overall, I think this is going to be, you know, really fun for the format. Everyone always says, you know, oh, wait until that one set that Magic comes out that you're all about. You know, they had Warhammer, they had Lord of the Rings, they had My Little Pony, fuck, you know, Doctor Who. If you're about those, great, great. Feel proud for you, feel happy for you. But if you're not about those, you know, Fallout's something a little more gritty, a little more real, a little more visceral, even though it can look jokish. You know, I do imagine that some of the artwork is going to be pretty graphic, and that's what I hope. Because, you know, I want the classic visceral Magic. I want to see like a ghoul pulling flesh off his face and shit. Like, that's what really hits home with me in terms of, you know, art on cards. But the cards seem very playable. Some of them seem very strong. I love the new treatment for Wasteland. Hopefully to get a playset of them, you know, because, God, if we don't play Legacy, who will? I have been in the process of procuring a bunch of cards, so there may be more IRL actual format data, or I may just sell them. Who knows? Who really fucking knows at this point? But, anyway, fuck. Guess I gotta go work 12 hours, so... Y'all have a good day, and be sure, beyond all else, holla if y'all need something. Also, this is continuation, just a little heads up. So, they are going for about $241, whereas the Doctor Who's are going for about $220 right now. So, we're not seeing a crazy inflation in collector booster prices. Everything, Jesus Christ, I'm pale. Everything seems like it's stabilizing fairly well. Now, of course, be careful upon closer to release. TCG players going to have these items. Amazon has in the past, no, not throwing shade, not talking shit. Amazon has in the past been known to, some of the sellers on there have been known to sell fake versions of these boxes. I've seen Rice in it. I've seen, you know, a bunch of Pokemon cards. So just be very careful and be sure to take all the proper channels and proper means whenever you buy these. Because, hey, you will get scammed, and they don't care to fuck you over. I've gotten at least 5 proxy cards in the mail since ordering on TCG Player. You know, educate yourself, learn how to prevent it, and learn what to do against it. Okay? Now, be safe out there, and again, holla if y'all need something.